But this deen has produced such men and women over and over. And the Prophet ﷺ said, the believers are like mines of gold and silver. The believers are like mines of gold and silver. The best of them in the Jahiliyyah will also be the best in the day of Islam if they believe. So let us look. We see Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, the worst in his opposition to Islam. But the best in the Jahiliyyah. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Umar Islam, when Allah guided Umar into Islam, Islam changed. The Muslim changed. No Muslims could speak about Islam publicly. No one could do it until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Islam to Umar. And after that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Islam Hamza. These two men, Hamza and Umar, opened up the gates of Islam. And the kuffar who did not see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they saw Umar, they saw Hamza. And Allah gave to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and gave to this deen Umar and Hamza. Both of them, in their opposition, in their corruption. How many people did Umar kill? How many Muslims did he oppress? What kind of man he was? How many slaves did he beat? How many Muslims did he whip? Umar, this man, read his life and see how immediately, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed his heart. How Allah changed the heart of Hamza, the womanizer, the drunkard, the man who lived by himself just to hunt and to kill and to fight. Hamza radiallahu anhu. When Allah touched his heart for Islam, subhanallah, no one had the heart and the courage like Hamza. What about Khalid ibn Walid? A man whom the Prophet ﷺ said, no woman have given birth to a man like Khalid ibn Walid. He meant in terms of his courage. He meant in terms of his ability to fight and to defend and his vigilance. It was said that Khalid ibn Walid, he would never sleep on the ground while he was out in the field. He let his soldiers sleep, but he slept on his horse. And it was said that Khalid ibn Walid, he had the courage of 10,000 men. 10,000. That if 10,000 Roman soldiers knew Khalid was coming with 100 men, they did not want to meet him with 100 men. 10,000. Allah gave to this religion men like Khalid, men like Ubaydullah ibn al-Jarrah, men like Hamza. And then we had men like Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, who also, he was not Arab. MashaAllah, he conquered and took back Quds for Islam when no one else had the power to do it. Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, he was not alim. He was mujahid. And what about Al-Khattab in Chechen? They also was riding horses, fighting against the Russians with their tanks, all their sophistication. And the sons of Khattab and the brothers of Khattab, they are still fighting those Kafirs today. With all their planes and all their tanks, they cannot overcome the iman of those soldiers. He also was not the alim. He did not have that much knowledge. But he spent his time from the time he's 14 years old until he became shahid out in the ghazwa, fighting against the kuffar. And we have seen many others who we don't need to know to call their names, fighting for Allah against the kuffar, willing to die 100 times while we sleep, to allow us to rest and to enjoy our properties and our homes, to bring some dignity back to Islam. Some of them are still fighting today. We have seen the valor, the sacrifice, the commitment of individuals who themselves, they were not scholars. But we must also know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to this deen two kinds of people. The scholars and the students of knowledge who remained until the mujahideen came back. But this deen has been preserved on the inside by the ulama and the fuqaha and the students of knowledge. But this deen has been protected, it has been preserved, it has been made dignified, it has been made wide and known to the world by the mujahideen. وسنمحو العار بأيدينا وبكل القوة نردعهم وبكل القوة نردعهم سنخوض مع